Okay, right now I'm gonna make the hard rust, and I'm using burnt umber paste, Liquitex burnt umber paste, mixed with alcohol. Just a little dab will do it, and then mix it up. Put your hard rust spots on, and cover the car with your hard rust where you want it. And later on you can go over your paintbrush or your airbrush and put on the streaming rust with burnt sienna and raw sienna paste. So right now I'm going to put the hard rust on. Okay, what I did here was I took the dark burnt umber, and I'll show you for a lesson. Took the dark burnt umber paste, mixed it up with alcohol, made it a little wet, then dotted the top of the car all over, like so. I made my lines here, my forklift scrape lines. And then these are the lines in the rust that get carved into the paint, scratched into the metal, and turn black, really dark, almost black when they rust. Then you tap the inside of the bolted dark rust with a little bit of burnt sienna paste mixed with alcohol. You put that inside, and I'll show you real closely because this is important. You take your paintbrush and you put that inside right on the inside of that rust spot. You can see it there. Take your burnt sienna, and then just tap the inside of the dark rust after it dries. Just mix it with alcohol, oh Jesus Christ. Well, I gotta say this, start this all over again. Okay, you take your burnt sienna after you put the rust on. And you can do this on the side of your car too. And you just dab it on everywhere, wherever you want your dark rust to be. And you take burnt sienna. You take the burnt sienna paste, mix it with alcohol, get a nice watered down type paste going, and you just tap on the inside of the dark, and that will give you rust. Fuck. Hold on, I'll do it again. Okay, take 3. Okay, I just put on the car. I did a little bit of other work on it too before I went into it. I took the burnt umber paste from Liquitex. I made a paste out of it, as you can see here. and I just dotted the car where I wanted the dark rust. Now the dark rust is where the car gets scratched in deep beyond the paint job on a real car, and that paint and that into the metal, and it'll eventually turn to a dark burnt umber color. Take that, we make our rust where we want the rust to be. Then we take burnt sienna after the dark burnt umber dries. We take burnt sienna, we make a paste out of it. I'll show you here, just so you know. Right here. Take this one, and that's called, it's the same thing, same company, burnt sienna. It's a paste mixed with alcohol. And then what you do is you go inside your burnt umber or dark umber. What the hell is it called again? Burnt umber. Where you put your burnt umber and you dab on the inside. I'm going to show you up close so you don't have to do it 10 times. And you dab it in the center and the middle of it, just like you did. It doesn't have to be solid. You want it scratchy, and this is the secondary rust color going to come out. And you just put it inside. You don't have to put it everywhere, just some spots. Especially you want to put it in the big spots. If you look on a rusted train car, on a dark burnt umber spot where the rust is being peeling off and bolting and there's nothing left, you'll see that all the big spots most of the time have the reddish in the middle. The smaller ones don't, because they ain't totally bolted over and rusted over yet. So mostly in the big giant dark spots you want the red. Small, you can leave the smaller ones small without the red, and that's keeping with the natural of the car. And you just add the burnt sienna into the burnt umber, the dark, and put the red into the dark. Just paste it on there, because this rust is all bolted. It means it's popping off, it's falling off the train car. Hunks of metal and hunks of paint are rusted and falling off. That's what that color means. When it gets to that color, that's what it means. And if you don't believe me, climb up on an old rusty train car, get close and personal with the rust, look at how it's made, look at how it's formed, and then copy it. You'll come up with the same thing. And I'm not lying. Okay. So after you put your red in, your not red, burnt sienna, you put the burnt sienna in all over the car where you want it. You did that. After you put the black on, the black goes first. Highlight the door, highlight everything in black, then put your dark rust on where it's bolted and cut. The metal of the train car has been cut and spliced. Then over top of that, in the bigger pieces, you put on the red, like that. Then what we're going to do is, after you put on all the red, we're gonna, after we put on the